The moment the world goes quiet, a strange and subtle panic begins to set in for most of us. We treat a few minutes of pure, uninterrupted silence like an enemy that must be aggressively conquered with digital distraction. This frantic avoidance reveals a deeply uncomfortable truth. We are utterly terrified of being left alone with the contents of our own minds. In a famous psychological study, participants were placed in a completely empty room for 15 minutes with absolutely nothing to do. Astonishingly, a massive percentage chose to shock themselves rather than endure a quarter of an hour of absolute mental stillness. Our brains are evolutionary marvels, but they were fundamentally designed for survival and constant external scanning, not for Zen-like introspection. Your ancestors survived because their brains were constantly calculating threats and tracking resources out there in the physical world. When you force that threat detection machine into a silent room, it turns that analytical power inward, treating your anxieties as the new threats. We have spent the last 2 decades systematically training our brains to completely lose the capacity for sustained internal boredom. Every spare second, waiting in line or at a red light is immediately filled by an algorithm. We expect a constant stream of novelty. When you cut that digital umbilical cord, your brain experiences a physiological withdrawal that feels like intense restlessness. Throughout the day, we experience micro-frustrations and existential dread that we successfully sweep under the rug using our busy schedules. But the second you sit in a quiet room, that artificial dam breaks, and the entire reservoir comes rushing into your awareness. The career anxiety you ignored and the grief you haven't faced are all waiting for you in the dark. The default mode network activates when we stop doing tasks, focusing on self-reflection, and most destructively, social comparison and rumination. It acts like a ruthless defense attorney, cross-examining every mistake and playing your deepest insecurities on a loop. There is also a profound existential weight to silence. It forces you to confront the baseline facts of mortality and aloneness. The phone in your pocket is not just a tool, it is a shield against the crushing weight of cosmic meaninglessness. We like to believe we are the sovereign rulers of our thoughts. But in silence, you realize your mind is a chaotic zoo. To escape this discomfort, we have developed a culture of toxic productivity where resting with one's thoughts is viewed as a waste of time. The tragic irony is that by running away from our minds, we are actively running away from our only source of true originality. The discomfort of the silent mind is not a design flaw. It is a necessary tax you must pay to access your deeper self. Learning to sit with your mind is like trying to domesticate a wild, terrified animal. You cannot force it through sheer willpower. Peace is achieved by changing your relationship to the noise through patient, detached observation. Watch the storm rage without participating. By observing your thoughts without judgment, you strip them of power and realize they are just passing weather patterns. As you build your tolerance for internal silence, the frantic urge to check your phone starts to lose its suffocating grip. You begin to notice the subtle beauty of the world, the way light hits a wall, the sound of wind, the texture of reality. The goal is to build a home within yourself that you actually enjoy living in, regardless of how bad the external weather gets. Stop running from the quiet. Take a long, deep breath. Look inward with courage and meet your own gaze. Finally, introduce yourself to the stranger living inside your head.